Hi, what's going on? Derp here. And yeah, I know I've not uploaded for about a week. I was on a scout camp on the weekend and pretty busy week in school, but I'm here. It's Saturday. Fun times. So I've recorded some battles. I decided, you know what, I'm ranked 20. Let's have some fun. So I went into Love Cup with Autorekt. And I've been doing this a couple of times throughout the week, thinking, oh, I wish I was recording some of these battles because I've had a lot of fun. So I caved in, decided I'd record some battles, and here they are. So obviously, not all of these are going to be wins. I cut out a few of the hard counter losses that weren't very fun. But let's get into it. So we've got Wigglytuff, Crawdaunt, and Gorbis. So leading to a Ridos, and I don't have a proper answer to this thing. This is going to be a reoccurring theme throughout the video. So I'm just going to let a cross poison go. I'm going to bring in Gorbis, Chip, those water guns doing a lot, and a Vileplume comes in. And this Vileplume is going to absolutely shred my team, because as you can see, we don't have a counter to Vileplume, so you're just going to see me. I'm not even going to throw a move on the Crawdaunt here. Tapping away. Razor Leaf shredding through everything. And yeah, GG is in the first game. We really didn't have anything to do there, like, no win con whatsoever. Hopefully this next game will be a bit better. Cherim, so we've got Cherim, Electrode, and Clefable. So this is a really solid team, actually. And we lead into a low Mola, and they swap into Electrode. And this isn't a counter to Cherim. And as you're going to see, do they respect the Hyper Beam? No, they don't. Oh my god, that one shots. I was like screaming at this point, like, what the hell? That was insane. And they're bringing Wigglytuff, and I'm going to be able to deny here, so they don't sneak in a Charm. I'm going to get off one Weather Ball, expecting a Shield, which I do get. I'm going to get off another Weather Ball. We deny again, which is really favorable. So this second Weather Ball will be chipping some health off the Wigglytuff, and they're going to be able to Charm us down, but that's fine. I'm going to bring in my Clefable here, because I believe I can shield one. Actually, no, I'm not even going to shield. I know they've got a low Momola. I've got Electrode. I do not need to shield this move whatsoever. Player off does a lot, but we're going to be able to simultaneous KO here, which is actually perfect. And yeah, Electrode, Alomomola, they can't do anything here. I expect them to top left, but they do stay in, so props to this opponent for staying in the battle. You never know, I might give them a win con by no shielding Psychic, but I'm going to play it safe, shield the Psychic. First discharge is definitely going to be getting the shield, and the second discharge in 1 volt switches time. GG's, this will take out the Alomomola. So yeah, Autorekt line, coming in clutch, actually winning us a game here. So into the next battle. Rex Hunter 15. So what we're going to do here, a Ridos lead into Slowbro. So this is Galarian Slowbro. So pretty good matchup for the Ridos. Lunge is going to be hitting for neutral, whilst all they can do is hit for resisted, assuming they're running Sludge Bomb and Focus Blast. Some do run Psychic. So first Lunge debuffs, this is really good for me. They make a catch onto Scrafty catching the Lunge, and this is not good for them, because, like, Scrafty's not a counter to a Rider, so I'm happy to stay in here. A bit of stutter lag, but I believe, yeah, not much. That didn't affect the game much there. They got off their foul play, and I'm going to be able to throw a lunge here. They sneak in a counter, but that's fine. So at this point, they're 2 times debuffed. So regardless of what they throw, actually, I'm getting to another lunge here. So 3 times debuff. This Scrappy has got nowhere to run. And yeah, if they're going to throw, and this foul play will do negligible damage. It really can't do much when it's triple debuffed. So ideally, we're going to get to the final lunge to take it out. Overfarm by 1. And Aridos here is going on an absolute rampage. You can see that this lunge KOs the Scrafty. We leave with shield and switch advantage, and they bring in a Clefable. They do not want to see an Aridos. So I'm assuming a Charm snuck through, even though we couldn't see it. So I'm going to try and swap into Lickitung, but it already goes through. So I'm going to bring in Lickitung anyway. This is a single-moved Lickitung. It's going to be my Great League one, but I've not invested in it yet, so it's got Stomp. At least it's got Lick, but they're going to be able to snipe with the Slowbro. I expect them to Focus Blast, but no, they do bait. If I were them, I would have gone for the Focus Blast, because the way I see it, you baiting with Sludge Bomb, you're going to struggle to get to a Focus Blast, so I'd just try and I'd call the bait, but I don't. My Lotic's going to be able to farm down and farm down again. This, even if it's a Psychic, it will not be KOing my Lotic. My Lotic's pretty thick, especially my rank 1. This was super awesome catch. But yeah, GG, we are able to waterfall down. So that's really good for me. So going into the next battle, we're going to see Blaziken into Magcargo. So this is a pretty decent lead. Well, they say sort of Wigglytuff, and I don't have a proper response, so I mean, this is arguably a misplay, but I farm up and then I swap. My thought process was I'd get it into like Bullet Seed plus Weather Ball range, but these Bullet Seeds aren't doing enough. I'm gonna need two Weather Balls to kill this Wigglytuff here, so I'm gonna be able to deny. This actually might be CMP tie. We'll throw a Weather Ball here. They do no shield. And they throw their move here, and I'm just happy to let this go. Ideally, I want to farm on my Blaziken here. So I'm going to farm it down. I'm going to be left really low. Blaziken's super glassy. They bring in a second Charmer, and I panic throw the Blast Burn. Probably should have thrown the Brave Bird here, just for the extra damage. But Blast Burn does so much. They do way more than I expected. We're going to be able to farm down with Kingler, and Kingler single-moved Crabhammer, shiny Kingler, and it's going to absolutely destroy this Magcargo here. First Crabhammer is probably going to get the shield. They no shield it. I get the boost. We're going to be able to farm down, and that is a super fun game. Kingler, so OP, dude. I cannot wait. I'm definitely going to build that and hopefully record some videos, maybe even Open Great League. But yeah, that's absolutely insane. GG's to my opponent there. Kingler again, but we lead it into a Ridos, and because Kingler's quite glassy, and Ridos is quite spammy, I'm going to end up catching on a Camerupt. This Camerupt is also single move. We do take the lunge though, and they bring in a Sea King and waterfall me down. And I'm gonna have to bring an Octillery here because it's a bit less glassy than Kingler. So I'm gonna shield this. This is a waterfall seeking as well, not double legacy. That's a Mega Horn. Okay, definitely got to be wary of that. I'm gonna farm up to 100, throw the Gunk Shot, hoping they no shield, but they actually end up shielding here, which is quite rough for me, I think. I'm going to throw one more Gunk Shot here. Honestly, Octillery is so spammy with Lock On. Gunk Shot gets the second shield. So at this point, I'm just thinking, right, I can save a shield. Kingler has got to do its best. So can Kingler sweep here? I'm going to farm up here. Because Waterfall's not doing too much. They bring in Electrode, and I throw a Crabhammer. And yeah, it just does barely not enough. So my only win con here is the farm down, but I'm not going to be able to get it. GG's to that opponent. Thank you for the battle. So into the next game. What team do we get here? We get Lickitung into Charizard. And we've got Scrafty and Magmar in the back. So this is really interesting. I'm going to stay in here because neither of my Pokemon in back really want to see this. And it's also Air Slash, which is actually quite bad. It's probably the worst move other than Wing Attack that I could see. So I'm going to try and actually I'm feeling like this could be a nuke. Yeah, it is the Blast Burn, so that's good. I'm gonna farm up just over. I'm gonna try and catch the Blast Burn on Magmar. I was one short, but they end up throwing anyway. And as you can see, this does like a lot more damage than I hoped that it would. So I'm gonna be able to farm down here, but I'm left on like really low HP. They bring in Magcargo, which is really unfortunate. So I'm going to be throwing this Fire Punch, and they no shield, so that does really nothing. Dual resisted. But I do have Scrafty, and Scrafty here, they're going to stay in, and I'm like, okay, I could have a Wink on here, actually. If they're staying in with my cargo, this could be good. And no, they've got Aromatisse in the back. At least it's a somewhat uncommon Charmer, so I guess that's sort of okay, but still, this thing just absolutely destroys us. I think maybe if I'd thrown a Foul Play there, because I'm going to throw one Stomp. This actually gets the shield, and I'm going to throw another Stomp, but I'm not actually sure what are the stats on Stomp. I feel like it's just Body Slam that does less damage, but I might be wrong there. It might be a bit more energy. So I know, I think it's still 12 licks to the Stomp, so maybe Stomp isn't as bad as I thought it was. Either way, we get charmed down completely there, so that's a GG. I forgot to stop the recording because I was raging so hard after seeing yet another Charmer, and yeah, I don't like Charmers. So anyway, we're going into the next battle here. I think I've got like 9 battles or something, so decent video here. Clefable into Slowbro. This is decent. I go and shield once and charm down completely. So they're gonna throw this what I assume to be a Psychic here, but it could be Ice Beam. It is Ice Beam. I disagree with that play, but They're going to swap into their own Wigglytuff. And I swap into Scolipede, but this is not my Poison Jab Scolipede. This is a Bug Bite Scolipede. And as you can see, Charms are destroying it because it's underleveled as well. So I'm going to be able to get to one Sludge Bomb here, but they shield. And I don't think I get to a second one. Please, can I get to a second one? They actually end up throwing. I was like, yeah, I remember this. I was super happy. They thought I'd get to another move, so that's a huge waste of energy on their part. And I think I'm going to farm down with my Milotic here. My Milotic's super thick. So taking these charms like a champ. And we've got a lot of energy here. So they bring in Sylveon. And I'm going to punish them for no shielding. We're going for the Blizzard. Ladies and gentlemen, are they going to respect it? And yes, they do. But I've got a Meteor Mash loaded on Clefable. So I'm going to swap. And they have no shields left. This Meteor Mash is going to boom the Sylveon. That is a lot. And they've got Slowbro left, but they're energy dry. And I'm just going to be able to charm down. So Clefable putting in some work. I said I don't like Charmers. I don't like when they're against me. I love using them, don't get me wrong, but I just don't like when they're against me. But anyway, we're going into the next game here. Magmar lead into Talonflame. You hate to see it. This thing beats our whole team. So I'm just going to have to stay in here, try and chip it as much as I can. Low battery, lovely. Charge your phone. Up. And I'm going to call the Flame Charge. I feel like people like to bait when they've got a Talonflame against another fire type. So I'm going to throw a Fire Punch here. That actually does a significant chunk of damage. A bit more than I would have thought it would do. Farm up 2, throw another Fire Punch. Does get to shield, so that's pretty good for me. And I hope I get to another. I do get to another, but I bank it. So that's interesting. Potentially the wrong play, but I'm not sure it would have killed the Talonflame from the range it was at. So I do like that. I'm going to be able to charm down, but not after having to shield twice. That's one thing I hate about Charmers, is you've got to shield them. Thankfully, we shield the Brave Bird there, and they bring in their own Clefable. And I think what's good here is I'm going to be able to Meteor Mash it. And I remember this actually, yeah. So Meteor Mash, really good here. And we're both charming away at each other, and I think they've probably got a move here. But I'm actually, because of this Fire Punch that I stored, super good. I'm going to be able to take out this Clefable, which is really awesome. And I actually farm down the Talonflame. I'm like, please say I can beat whatever's in the back. And it's a Scrafty. So I'm thinking, I really wish I had Dazzling Gleam here. I'm one tiny bit of energy, one Bullet Seed away. And they're going to foul play. And it barely doesn't KO. Oh, and I'm not able to get to the Hyper Beam. That is super rough there. If I'd have got to the Hyper Beam, I might have just been able to win that. But regardless, GG's. Super close game. Into the next one. So what have we got here? We've got Throw into Electrode. This Throw is absolutely shambolic. I got this a few times. So I'm going to go straight into the Scrafty here. Hoping they don't have a Charmer, which they don't. So they stay in and throw Discharge. I'm happy to shield this. At this point, I'm thinking, please don't be a Charmer. But they're staying in, so there's probably not. I'm going to throw Foul Play, expecting them to try and call a Power-Up Punch bait. But the Foul Play does get shielded, which is kind of unfortunate for me. I know I can tank another Discharge, so I'm going to tank this Discharge. And they're not going to be able to Volt Switch me down before I get to another couple of moves, at least. So I'm going to throw a Power-Up Punch here. This is really risky, because if they no-shield, there's a chance they survive and still get off their move. They no-shield, but it KOs, thank God. And I make a stupid play here. I should have gone for the foul play against this Ariados. But thankfully, they shield it anyway. So I'm going to swap into Throw. And this fighting type, ladies and gentlemen, has Zen Headbutt. So, as well as being really tanky, as you can see, these cross poisons aren't doing a lot. So, this Zen Headbutt. These Zen Headbutts really chunking the Ariados. This is so funny. They bring in Magcargo, they're double weak to Zen Headbutt Throw. This Low Sweep, even though Low Sweep is a shocking move, it's still going to do nearly 50% to this Magcargo, which is really nice. So farming up with this like horrible fast move. And at this point, I'm thinking Crystal's my win con here. I can let this go, but it's a Rock Tomb and Throws so thick. It lives the Rock Tomb. We get off another Low Sweep, and Throws going to town on this team. This is so funny. I'm going to swap into Crystal because Crystal can just smack this thing all the way down. No matter what they throw here. Even a Mega Horn wouldn't one-shot. They end up throwing Cross Poison, so not really the right play. It's probably a Lunge. It's not. Just another Cross Poison. We can take that. G to the G. So that is going to be it for these battles. I really hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed filming these, so I hope you enjoyed watching them. Link to my Discord is in the description, so please join that. I'd love to meet a few of you guys if you're not in there already. Other than that, like, subscribe, comment some suggestions, and yeah, I'll be seeing you all in the next one.